Hey, it's Mark. I've got some stock charts and some setups that are going right now. I did put on a lot of trades today. I probably could have taken off more than I did, but luckily I still have the GLBS, and the GLBS has been a monster. And I've got those 250 calls. Like when it was at like 150 or 160 and one of these big run days, I bought the 250 calls, like just as a super speculative, undersized play, just to see if they would get some pops and like see if GLBS would actually continue. But then when the shippers kind of came back, I thought maybe it's got some more room to go. So the worst it's just had one red day in each of these pullbacks. Like it had a red day there that got reversed, and I had a red day here. And this was like, I was really looking at today as a pivot day to see what was going to happen, but this inside bar here was pretty low on the close, so it looks like it must have gotten a lot of shorts in there, and then it just got engulfed. So it could have gone either way today, but it went up, of course. So that's pretty telling, I think, that it hasn't even been able to put up more than one red day. It was red there and red there, but there's just no way that it's consolidating here. But I mean, it's up so much, it's going to have a pullback. Like it may even just like be a big pullback when it happens. But I'm just going to give it another day or two, see if we can actually get the 250. But since I'm up so much on these now, I've got to watch it too, because I'm up 250% now on the calls, because I bought it with the premium was $10 a contract. So it's up a good bit. So I'll probably have to put a stop loss for tomorrow in case, because if tomorrow's red, it's a good chance it could have a real pullback crash or something. So, but that's been kind of nice, because it's just like a speculative trade I made when I saw the relative strength that I had. But that's why I like to focus on relative strength a lot with longs, especially in the last couple of years, because stocks tend to move with the market. So if you find something that's going up and the market's going down, that's basically the gist of relative strength. So that's kind of what you want to be in, obviously. And the other one, I've been finding a lot of them, but the lab actually tanked today. That was one of my longs. I had one of my few longs still. I had I still have the November 17th $5 strikes. So those are pretty much wiped out, so I'm just gonna hold it. But that one just wiped out a lot of technical levels, because it broke the uptrend and this level there. That's probably that was the big level there, because it did that rounding bottom that I like to see. And then big tank today. I'm not sure what the news was, but that pretty much, the decay was already, I think, going into my calls. So, but luckily I've been pretty undersized in like every position I've had on. Like I haven't really made any big positions, like big trades, like my win rate's been like creeping up, so I don't have to take the risk of big position size. So I just need big option gainers here and there, and it's been working out this past month. So the other one, this is a talk. So since we're talking about some longs here, The talk has been pretty good too. The relative strength's been really good past week or two, and that was just it did a bear flag, or it did a bull flag there, and then it broke that, and it's just slowly creeping up. So this is the uptrend here. That's the uptrend it's in right now. Or it's going to be a channel probably, but there's no clear top channel line now, but it's really like teetering on breaking out again, which is pretty amazing considering what the market's doing. And this one's even a small cap, I think. It's even because the Russell 2000 has been pretty annihilated past couple weeks, so this one's had a lot of relative strength. And yeah, it's a small cap. It's a $340 million market cap, which is pretty small nowadays. But they beat their earnings estimates the past 2 quarters. Basically the past 4, but they're in line with Q4 2022, which is pretty neat. And but the revenue growth's been really good, so I've had to really I've really been cherry picking my long setups with good fundamentals and the good industries that I think are going to outperform. So this one I really like the fundamentals on. I like the fundamentals on lab too, but they just don't always work out, especially when you got the market in a correction. So, but I've been really picky on my longs, and the camping world is kind of a more speculative one, but it's let's see how that one's doing. Yeah, it just blew through support. Like it was a good setup there though on that support level. Like we'll see if it's down again tomorrow. I think the trade's gone, because a lot of times these support levels aren't always precise. Like sometimes they'll go below it or above it when they hold it. So this one, I mean, it was still undersized too. Like I was saying, I haven't made any big bets here, and I think the UNFI was actually one of the bigger ones I made, but they're all still pretty small positions. So, but the Camping World was kind of like an average, or a little bigger than an average undersized position for me. So, but that's just the way it is sometimes. So looks like the Rite Aid came back again today. It came back down. It's still not sure what it's going to do there, if it's going to bear flag or bull flag, or because it looks kind of like a bull triangle. So I'm just willing to let the fundamentals play out with the bankruptcy going through, and I figure the odds are it's going to be lower before the bankruptcy. So I've got the October 20th puts 50 cents. So what else? Yeah, the other longs were the LUXH. Really found that one. That was a good find I found when it broke that bull flag, and it was a clear channel breakout, and I wasn't sure what it was doing there. Like that was kind of a weird 3 days there where it just went sideways, but like I think I said in other videos that the bull setups, the bull flags are pretty rare nowadays. Like really long bull flags, like they used to be really distinct, but now it's usually like inside bars. Like you can see, like that was basically an inside bar there, and then But this one's another good one. And I'm in this trade. I just bought some shares because it doesn't have options. And I'm just looking through my list to make sure I got all the longs that I've got since I just started going through the longs. The lab, oh yeah, Rewalk, the robotics company, and saves the merger that's going with JetBlue. So these Rewalk, that looked like it was basically trying to get a bull flag there. Like you can see that bull flag. It's almost like a bull channel, and then it's really trying. It's still not over yet. The setup's still there, as long as it doesn't break below. Because it's such a thin stock too. It's really thin. There's not a whole lot of volume, so the candles can do some wacky stuff sometimes. Like you see here, there's a bunch of dojis, and they're pretty much you can't get a lot of signal from the candles with these. A lot of times with these small stocks. But that was one of my other longs too. And I've got like way out of the money calls on that one too, like 250. But it's done pretty well. I mean, even the relative strength's not that bad, versus a lot of small caps, small and financials. So one of the things I really want to talk about was oil today. Because I was long biased oil, and then when we got the flip, there was really a bull trap. It was a bull trap on oil up there, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like there's still, I think a lot of people are still bullish on oil, and but that may be coming. The truth may be coming out now with these huge moves on oil, but. So you can't really see it as well with the USO. But you can see it with the actual futures, and what it did up there when it broke out as a breakout, and then it quickly reversed. So what that really looks like to me was, well, based on what it did today, especially, was looks like it was down 5.5% today, which is crazy because it was down about 4% when I stopped watching it. But that, to me, it looks like it very well could be a pipe bottom or a pipe top. Like a pipe top is what is like a quick reversal. Quick trap. So, and they're usually like, I mean, it's an inflection point. It's a pivot from where the market flips. And I really thought about, going short bias with some of these ETFs and stuff with oil, but it was kind of just like trending sideways, like it was in a flag still. But today, kind of, a lot came off. So it's not really as good a setup now. Like I think I might have missed it, but if this pipe bottom, which it looks like it is for sure, it's a pipe. I keep saying bottom. It's a pipe top. Like that's the top. So it's gonna, trend down, and then when you see it on like the longer term charts, it's just like a spike. Well, another word for it is a spike top. So it's like a spike and a spike down. So like it actually tends to. It's funny. Because I keep looking at these. I looked at the old price action, and it looks a lot like these old tops. So I'm just gonna try to blow this up here. I usually don't blow it up, but it's hard, probably not as easy to see on the recording. and I switched over to just putting the loom out, the LOOM, because the YouTube takes a long time to process up to HD, and sometimes it takes a long time in general. So when these looms, when I take the loom out, when I do the loom videos, they upload, or they process really fast. So probably like 2 to 5 minutes after I do the video, it's available to view. So that's versus YouTube with, you know, for like if I do a 30 to 45 minute video, it's like an hour, but that's up to HD. But since we're looking at charts, it's better to see them really clear. So, but anyway, it's been a while since I blew up these charts, but yeah, it's got like there's the size. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, there we go. So this is 2022 where it spiked, did a double top. So that's like the epitome of a spike top right there, or a pipe top. I used to call it spike tops and spike bottoms, but it's the same thing, a pipe top or a pipe bottom. So we got this pipe or spike top there, spike top there, and it was a double top on both those spikes. And then it actually does that a lot at these highs. Like, you see there was a spike top before this big down move, and it did another spike. Well, that's not really a spike top. And then that one was kind of one, and this one's really spiky too. So my technical analysis here says it's going to go a lot lower. It's going to go just based on it being a spike top. So I would say it's going to come down to that 80, like about 80 a barrel. Well, because it has a lot of levels there, but it's already basically at this other level. This was former resistance. So next level down is about 81, like 80, and then the next one's like 74. So we're going down for sure. So that's one of the reasons when I realized that, I kind of saw that happening. And it was such a bull trap too. Like, I really should have flipped my bias when I got stopped out, or when I lost some of those calls, those USO calls, because a lot of times when you have a perfect setup and it doesn't work out, the best thing is like sometimes to flip, because it's just a huge switch in the market. So there's definitely a switch going on, and we're going down. So especially with this wide ranging day today, like a 5% drop in oil is not like an everyday thing. So I bought some SCO calls, some SCO. I bought the 10/20, the October monthly calls, the 24 strike, and those are already up 40%. And I've been trying to get a little smarter here and buy farther out, like you just get monthlies when I have something good, because if you give something with options especially, you got to give it time sometimes. But I'm usually pretty good at the entries, so I don't have to, I can kind of get the weeklies and do well a lot of times, but the monthlies or 2 months out are really kind of the more superior trade a lot of times, especially if you're not exactly sure on the timing, because the options are all about timing, and sometimes the setups aren't exact, but because I think there could be I think oil could have a bounce at some point pretty good too. It's not going to go straight down, obviously. So, but I don't know, maybe like one more day where it's down, but it's going to be a bounce too. So when you do the options, it's kind of, that's why I try to get monthlies usually. But I mean, I've kind of gotten better at that. I used to be pretty bad about, I just only get weeklies, and then, you know, I'd lose on it, and then the stock would do what I thought I was going to do, and I lose on the decay, you know. And so, but I've kind of fine-tuned that a lot, where I buy farther out, especially at the VIX is low and stuff takes a long time to play out. But I've seen a lot of things pick up. Like I've seen a lot of the acceleration on the downside pick up in a lot of these stocks. So that's why I'm still holding. I'm still holding the PacWest puts too. I decided like early in the morning to hold because I thought we're gonna get like a really good trend day on the indices and stuff, but that didn't pan out. So, and I'm not just going on these things as a whim too. Of course, like I got all my lines drawn out and stuff. So what I found is like once you start using these channels and, you know, levels, you get a pretty good idea of what the stock's gonna do. So today, like we had all these tests in this channel here, and then it came down. The IWM came down today, and or was it yesterday? Yeah, and it held that support level, and then took it out. But see how it tested? It basically kissed right off of my support level the 2 days in a row, the past couple days, and I mean, I didn't even have to I didn't move it at all. Like this is the level I had drawn out because it's just been respecting these support and resistance lines very well, and it just happened to hammer today off of this support too. So it looks pretty good that it's going to go back up again to the channel resistance. So it's a good thing I bought some shorted the VIX with some options, but it's looking like it's gonna bounce. And KRE is the same thing, and it just tested these levels. Like that was like an overshoot there, but then once it got back into the channel, it just started respecting the levels again. So we got these, it's this channel, this horizontal downtrending channel. So tested it there, tested it at the resistance, and then it tested it again there, and then it basically kissed off it there again, and then was back up again, and then so it's pretty much in line with IWM, and but it even kissed off this horizontal, or maybe this support level even better. And look to see how it just touched it and just floats back up, you know. So it's respecting this channel very well still. So that makes me think it's going to come up and retest to 4160 area, 4170 roughly. I'm just checking some other levels here. Yeah, it went up higher in the past, but yeah, it's about 4170, 4180 is where it's going. And if it goes there, it's very easily is going to reclaim this channel level there, and then, you know, it still could turn bullish, but I thought that the way some of the like the VIX spike and some other things, other stocks I saw, just kind of made me think it's going to go kind of just like cruise lower. But we're at a profit taking area here for sure though, because it's going to want to go back up to this channel resistance level. It's probably not easy to see because I got all these levels here, but if you just follow the channel, that tells you where it's going to go. Really, you can kind of, it's a good area to find profit taking places. But I messed up today because I really thought that we were going to flush a little more, and I didn't actually look at this chart when I was deciding to what to do with the Pac West puts. Because if I'd seen this chart, I would have realized, yeah, we're right on support, so it can easily bounce. So it kind of, yeah, just Pac West is messier, but it really tried to come up and reclaim that level. And like even TLT was the same thing. Like it's right on this channel support. So what did it do? It tried to bounce again. So it actually came back into channel support. So I wouldn't be surprised if TLT makes a run for the channel resistance now. But it's still got it's got to get green there tomorrow, but that's kind of the same story, which is kind of interesting because it's, yeah, maybe the TLT. I mean, obviously the TLT's got something to do with the market, I guess. So, and my VIX puts, I got about puts in this vehicle, so I may turn out to get like a short-term top here, because if the market rallies, this was my hedge, so I've got the UVIX puts, and I've got some good hopes for my SCO, my oil short ETF too, those puts. But I've really got to I got to really watch the GLBS tomorrow and aggressively cut that on weakness. Because I think we're probably getting close to a top, but who knows, like, if it stays strong, I'll just let it go, let it run. So I went through a supernova scan. I didn't really see a lot of stuff, obviously, because it's kind of a bad day for the market. But I didn't see anything amazing, long or short, for a new setup, really. I mean, there's some things that I've already kind of missed, but I didn't really see anything amazing. Like, I'm just going to go through the gap down scan again because it's been so good. Oh yeah, it was the oils today. Yeah, it was and a lot of, this is the gap down scan. Like a lot of energy hit the gap down scan today, of course. So, I mean, some of these are really high too. Like that could be a good, this IMO, because if oil did do a little top there, there's a lot of tops to catch on these stocks too. I mean, look at that one. That's like a tracking. Yeah, there's a semiconductor down. That's interesting. The LSCC was down. I hit the scan. It's like the perfect stock from these scans is when they're still pretty close to the highs. So like kind of like this one, like OBE, like because the idea behind these gap downs is I want to catch them before they really start to the downward trend. And you see, it just happens all the time. Like, see that? Look at that. See, it's been up, consistently up, and then just this is a gap down, and the momentum cracks. But of course, this stock may not be the kind of short that I like, that just trends down slowly. Yeah, I don't see. I like to see a lot of red days back to back, like where the shorts are wrecking it, like this kind of. See, it did it there, did a gap down in November. What was that? What did that look like? Yeah, see that's where it did a gap down there back in November, and then it just crashed after that. So that's what I find, like a lot of these stocks that they kind of show that near the top, they gap down. So yeah, this is a good one. Man, I think it's pretty liquid too, and the options will be liquid just based on the volume. I was looking through the scan again to see if there's anything that's even better. Look at that TSE. Yeah, that's a good one. I bet that's red tomorrow, TSE. Let's just check the options on that OBE. What do we have? Let's see. It's like we got monthlies. So OBE's at 745. It's got 750. It's got 750 strikes, and then it's got the $5 strikes. So I always like to go a little bit out of the money, but yeah, if we get a bounce up, I mean, those 750 strikes are pretty good. But yeah, it's got 41. The IV's 41 on the 750s. It's got the 5 IVs like 130. It's like they go out pretty far. Wow, it's got, yeah, the 5s, it's got January 20, it's got January next year, $5 strikes with basically a $10 premium and 56 IV. And looks like there's vol. I mean, it's got a decent spread for that far out. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just looking at all these monthlies. Even the Aprils, it's got Aprils, then they're 5s. That's got a little bit of volume. But those actually look pretty good. The January 24 $5. Because I really do think oil, it's got a little top. It's like a top there. I don't know how long it's going to be a top, but to me, it's a short-term top for sure. It's going to go lower. This is based on the technicals. So, gotta add that one to my watch list. It's a really good. I actually have an energy watch list. So, I was looking at some of these other ones, some of these low price momentum ones for puts too, but I mean this like the WTI, it's just it's already down so much, and it looks like it does have a history of a lot of consistent red days though, because the WTI just broke its just broke through a lot of levels today, but I like that OBE short or long puts. And I think I still have some oil options that I traded. Got the I got the Helix $9 puts. I'm not sure what Helix is at. That might be getting close. Probably monthlies or this week. Yeah, I got the monthlies on that one. So those actually have a chance now. But we got a level there to take out first on HLX. It's a really good level there. About 10, 15, 10 to 10, 15. So if we break through there, those 9 puts have a chance. And let's get back to the other one. Yeah, TSE. TSE is a good one too. I mean, this one could be a really good trade. Now let's check the options real quick. Yeah, we got monthlies. They're all the strikes are all over too. Man, it's got 750 strikes too. Is that the right one? Yeah, it's got the same strikes. Nah, I was hoping for like $6 strikes or something. 650 strikes. Oh well. Looks like the 5s are actually kind of liquid. Man, those premiums on 750s are really high. For a stock this low, those are some crazy premiums. The October 5 strikes, it's like a $15 premium and really high IV. But I guess the premiums are kind of just matching the volatility it's had though. I mean, ideally this thing gets a little pop up, like a gap up, and then it gets the puts get better, and then it's a really good short. I mean, look at all that sell volume. Like there's huge sell volume. And today it was bad. Really a lot of selling too. So there's a level it took out. It's kind of weird. Uptrending bear flag. Took out a big level there. Like $8 was big. Let's see what it's done in the past. Yeah, it peaked out in 2021. PLC was that probably like a maybe British or something. Yeah, those $5 strikes are a possibility because this thing just likes to tank. this month. But even the Novembers are pretty good too. The Novembers, it's a $10 spread. The $5, 20 bid, 30 ask. It's not bad on like a, stock like this, which is like less than 1 million shares traded most days. I'm just kind of curious what this one exactly is. Trencio, small cap. Oh, basic materials. Oh, it's materials. Interesting. Yeah, it's international. Looks like revenue is going to be flat. Or actually, yeah, pretty much flat revenue. And they've had pretty bad sales growth. Wow, their loss, their guidance on the current quarter went up. The loss really got worse. Pretty much no growth. I mean, that's why it's just selling off. The balance sheet doesn't look that good. Well, it's not terrible. I mean, the current ratio is not that bad. It could be worse, but it's not great. It looks like probably a lot of long-term debt. Yep. Long-term debt. It's a lot. And it's going up. Wow. Yeah, they're taking on a lot of debt. They've actually reduced the shares outstanding there. So it's not terrible. Yeah, a lot of misses on earnings. So best case, it's like flat revenue growth. That's the best case. Yeah, this one looks good too. For a short. TSE. Let's add that one to watch list. I've kind of put some of my short bias even on my long bias. I had so many. I can't really, I don't like keeping more than like 15, 20 stocks on a watch list. Yeah, let's put it there if I can fill a fit. I'm already at 20. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, the KWEB. I just kind of nibbled on some KWEB puts. Because the fact that it failed to break out on this channel break, it's a failed signal basically. Well, it is a failed signal that it failed to break out and just keep going like it has in the past. So it reclaimed when it reclaimed this downtrend channel, I bought some puts and it actually busted through my support line too. So I was like, man, I just got to put those puts on because that's what I've been waiting for, is some kind of signal. So it's still back in the downtrend, but I mean tomorrow is like the big day for it, but the technicals are really bearish. So I put on the puts like undersized. I got the October monthly puts 2350. Because if it goes down, it's going to go down pretty big. At least that's the plan. So, and the PAS came down too. They hit the gap down scan. It's kind of sketchy price. It's kind of sketchy action today for a short. Like, I don't know what it's doing there. I don't really like the way it trades. But I mean, really the best setup was on that level break. But yeah, I might just take this one off the watch list because there's better shorts. But I think there's a good chance we get a bounce tomorrow on a lot of stocks. So with the way these channel levels are shaping up. But let's look at QQQ too, like Qs, and so it's more mixed. But we're still in bullish territory. If it can hold this, it's got a chance of going bullish. That's the level there. It's a little higher maybe. Yeah. So we're still holding that level. And SPY is really messier. But it's kind of like IWM. It's just pretty consistent downtrend. I mean, it's down so fast you can't even draw a channel on it. It's been down so violently. Like that would be the channel right there. If I have to draw channel lines, it's like that. That's the channel lines. Well, that might have been an overshoot because that was a gap up too. Yeah, so there it is. So there's the channel for SPY. And interestingly, it's actually at resistance. It's at the channel resistance. So pretty interesting. Could try to pop out. Looks like it might pop out, or we go lower. So it's a lot of mixed stuff. It's a lot of mixed charts out there. Looks like these other ones, like with IWM, it's at channel support. It's kind of the opposite. So I think that's about it. That's all I wanted. That's all I want to touch on today. And we found some good stuff, some setups, and I still got some CGC puts too. I'm like kind of curious what those are doing. Yeah, it's kind of sideways. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there, and I'll see you in the next video.